Okay, arriving into Philadelphia train station that morning, the first thing that I saw, get into the action, stories from the Golden Age. Apparently somebody has decided to market L. Ron Hubbard's sordid past as a pulp novelist and sell them to the baby boomers as instant nostalgia. But far be it from me to question the ways and means of the people of Scientology. I was in my own cult, and that's exactly what I was doing there. I was there to get into the action. This is my own story from the Golden Age. Coming out of the train station, waiting on the platform, I just loved that smokestack. Don't know exactly why. I guess it's because it was a relic of the industrial age. Who knows? The view from the R5 train window, just plain old forest, changing the fall colors. Not a very good picture, but hell, cell phone cameras don't. Like you can't see the cows on the soccer field either. I wonder if they knew they were in danger. This is when I made one wrong turn out of the train station the first weekend, I think it was. I ran into the bear greeting me at the corner of this lot under these trees. It wasn't threatening. It speaks for itself. It growls for itself. Never mind, I don't know what that means. As if to demonstrate that Doylestown actually existed before it came into my purview of imagination, Margaret Mead lived here. Now, what can you say about that? I mean, she lived here, and she lived in a house that looked like it was out of a Thackeray novel. Now, what more do you need to do? It really was an amazing place. And there's an amazing person. There's Sam and his wife. Sam shepherded us around that entire day. He couldn't do it the next day. I forget who did it. Was it Judy? Wonderful couple. They took us out to dinner afterwards, and nice Italian joint, very convivial. It was so pleasant. And there's my associate, Ellen, looking happy. We had accomplished so much that first weekend. It was the second. And that's Sam's daughter, a very prim and proper young lady, who I basically told her, look at adults, happy for the first time in maybe 10 years. I think the son was at hockey practice. The Doylestown Republican headquarters, populated by signs, but you never saw a person walking in or out of the place. That was so weird. They had no volunteers. Now there's our place, and though you see only one volunteer standing on the steps, that was because it hadn't opened yet. Usually there was a crowd of people just hanging out, waiting for it to open. But it was raining that day, as you can see from this slick street and the town square with the obelisk and the little pinched mansard roof. There's John. John marched through the snows of New Hampshire, giving us tips on how to leap over snowdrifts to get those tags on the doors. He was a good guy. He had a lot of good pointers to give us. And a good trainer, too. Now, this is one of the farms, probably first or second weekend. And there's another. And this was the oddness, because you see, I was on the other side of the street when I was taking these pictures. On one side, you have farms. And you also have rain clouds coming through, the valleys, reminding you that, yes, this is nature still. But on the other side, you have freshly washed, perfectly manicured, clean, pristine subdivisions. And I'm not sure if that is a UFO landing in the backyard or not. Difficult to tell. The resolution is not that great. But look at this cul-de-sac. Doesn't it look like the ultimate suburban dream? And of all the suburbs I'd ever been in, I'd never seen one with its own landscaped pond. With a fountain, mind you, with a fountain. This was a trend that I found in several subdivisions, and I only noticed it with this one. As you can see, the freestanding basketball nets. A couple kids playing on the street with it. Something about the zoning regulations, I suppose, said you couldn't fix them to your garages. Why? Possibly it would bring down property values. Who knows? As you can see, they didn't seem to mind. Most of them were anchored with some form of sandbag or such. Strange. And this was the horse-drawn carriage. I was running up this road to get a couple houses, and it passed, and I couldn't catch up with it. I tried hard. I was doing a lot of chugging that weekend, I remember. I didn't catch it there either. Yes, I believe it was not Amish, but it did have one of those triangles on the back with the reflectors. Strange world. But hey, local color. More local color? Horse farms. This one I took on the side. I remembered when I downloaded from the cell phone, I couldn't even tell what it was until I rotated it. It was almost abstract. Ah, yes. Is this Argus? Or Hector? Or Hotchko Faithful Dog? Toss up. But he does wait for Master at the end of his driveway, with a lei around his neck. This was the only photo I have from the early days of Jean. Jean took this of me. It's a very hot day. I don't think that sweater lasted too long. As a matter of fact, I was taking off my t-shirt at some point. It was really a warm fall. This is the final shot of the cameras. Because I'd always see this shot while lying down thinking, mission accomplished, just waiting for that bus to take me back to NYC.